Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Mods of the Week. I am Strados, and today we have three different designs, which includes upgrades in itself for your space engineering needs. Alright, for the beginning, you might remember the Xpar wedge reactors from the last week, and I quite like them because they have different shapes, as you can see from here, and they have nice colors, and they were also some kind of modular. Well, I thought so until I saw this modular pack. Say hello to Xpar Modular energy, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, this pack includes more models than the previous version. So let's get started. I have my toolbar filled with these upgrades and the reactors. Basically, CP introduced some of the upgradable features to power reactors. For example, we have Reactor Upgrade Light, Medium and Heavy. For example, you have a small reactor just as this one. This is a light reactor, and I basically have a setup over here. This one is not upgraded. This one has an third level upgrade or tier 3 upgrade in my eye, aka Heavy Upgrade. And both of these sharing that upgrade, which is counting at Reactor Upgrade Light. So, small reactors in this package gives 5 megawatts of power. But when I add little upgrade to those light reactors, as you can see them from here, yeah. Light upgrade gives a little boost, which is 6.25 megawatts. It's not a huge gap between the stock version and the upgrade level 1. But if I choose the upgrade tier 3, you will see 3 megawatts of difference, and that can actually change lots of things. But honestly, since I am not on survival, I can't say anything about that. But only thing I can say is it gives lots of performance jump between stock or even between the first tier of upgrade. Now, the second one we have here is medium reactor. Also, I had added light upgrades to medium reactors. Also, this one has a medium upgrade and a heavy upgrade as well. So, from the looks of it, these 3 upgrades can be used on 3 versions of reactors. So, you might create lots of combinations with that. Maybe you wanna give a huge boost to your ship, which has lots of thrusters and requires lots of power. And maybe you have a station and you wanted to upgrade it with, let's say, production efficiency. You wanted to product more stuff. You wanted to melt more stuff in refineries. So these reactors and upgrades might be useful for you. But that is not the only thing in this packet. So, as you can see, in this package includes heavy reactors. Those heavy reactors almost looks the same as the previous version, Xpar wedge reactors, but you can upgrade them as well, and they provide lots of power. And tier 3 upgrade, aka heavy upgrade, gives them a huge boost. So let's get started. As you can see, and I'm going to show you from here, let's look into the heavy reactor. Yeah, as you can see from here, heavy reactor has a max output of 50 megawatts, while I am using heavy upgrade on them, it jumps to 80. So 30 megawatts of power just coming from an upgrade. So that's a huge gap, I can say, yeah. But in survival, these modules might require more materials. Let me show the requirements to you. And it says one metal grid, one large steel tube, one gravity, 4 computer, 1 display, and 14 steel plate. Well, it's not so much in my opinion. You can achieve those, but they are adding weight according to the notes of the creator of this mode. But that might change because some people actually mentioned about its overpowered effect. Anyway, as you can see from these pictures, these reactors have also nice colors. You can change their colors and have angry faces. And I have a quite nice tunnel over here. So you can have beautiful reactor rooms in your stations or in your large ships. However, these blocks can be used on small ships as well. I have created, actually copy-pasted, 3 different vehicles over here. This one has 2 light reactors in it. This one has 2 capacitors. And this one has 2 fuel cells. Now, before looking into these vehicles, I'm going to introduce you new batteries, capacitor, and fuel cell. Well, basically, as you can see from here, I just connected them. We have batteries over here. These are remodeled and they look cool as well, and they are useful. Yeah, they are useful, unlike the vanilla version. Also, we have capacitors. Capacitors are working like batteries, but the only different thing between them and batteries are they don't last for longer amount of time. So capacitors in this package is working as I mentioned, and basically in real life too. Well, they have lots of purposes in real life, but let's just skip that. On the other hand, if you are looking for more durable, I mean, if you don't want reactors in your ship and want to drive or fly your ship with another power source, then these fuel cells are the parts you are looking for. Basically, they are giving almost enough amount of power to you, and they do last longer than batteries and then the capacitors. So for the comparison, we have 3 different designs I have showed you moments ago, and here we go. I am here with the fuel cell one, and you know, land vehicles such as this, not consuming lots of power. I have designed this. I know it's not in a perfect shape. I'm just working on it for the planets. Anyway, as you can see, we have 2 days of fuel time. I have 2 fuel cells on this vehicle. So let's get into the statistics from here. Fuel cell. Yeah, you can see one fuel cell has 100 kilowatts of maximum output and can store 2 megawatts of power inside of it. Now I'm using 55.30 kilowatts of power on this fuel cell, and the rest of the power requirement is provided by the fuel cell too. So I have, as you can see here, 200 kilowatts of power, and I'm using more than half of my power. But as I mentioned before, this vehicle won't consume more power than it's designed, so it will last longer. So if you wanna design a vehicle like this, or if you wanted to design an exploring ship which focused on fuel cells, batteries, or capacitors, you should consider fuel cells in your ship because they do last longer, but you need to stack them a lot. Alright, as you can see here, I still have glitches about the helmet. Anyway, I'm here with the light reactor one, and this gives me exact amount of power as the fuel cells give. But since the nature of the reactors working with uranium, you don't need to worry about power requirements, especially in that kind of vehicle. So I will just pass that one and only will show you the details. As you can see, these are the same with the fuel cells. On the other hand, we have capacitors over here. I didn't use batteries on these land vehicles because I actually found capacitors and fuel cells useful, so I don't know about the batteries. Anyway, I'm here with the capacitor one, and this gives 4 megawatts of power. It's a really huge gap between the two models I have compared to this one. But as you can see from here, fuel time, I have 54 minutes of fuel left. And this is ideal for that kind of vehicle in my opinion, again. But if you wanted to use mining ship, grinding or welding ship or transport ship, you might want to consider power source if you want to include those capacitors to your ship. Well, those capacitors are acting like step-ups. They provide really large amount of power, but they don't last long. So you need to fill them regularly, or you can use an AI block. Though honestly, I like those capacitors, fuel cells, and light reactors. I didn't show you the batteries. I'm just gonna show them, and you might wanna see their stats maybe. They are called basic battery, and they can store 3 megawatts of power, and they can also provide 3 megawatts of power. In my case, using capacitors instead of batteries or vice versa might change the effect a little bit. You can also use upgrades on these vehicles as well. If you wanna upgrade your light reactor and want to combine them with capacitors, batteries, or fuel cells, you can have more complex designs, and maybe you can achieve a large amount of power with less materials. It's all up to you, and you should definitely check this mode out if you are really interested in power modes, because in survival power really matters, and we all know that. And after all I saw these reactors, I honestly don't like the vanilla version of reactors, seriously. Alright, let's check the other designs. Alright, here we have Cryopod made by Sektan, as you can see here. This is a different concept, has a transparent glass, and you can see the outside of the cryopod easily. And also from the back of it you will see connection points. Compared to vanilla version, it looks really compact, really modern design, and honestly, if you wanna use cryopods in your systems, in your ships, in your stations, you might wanna consider these cryopods. Alright, let's go to the third design I have acquired. Well, I'm not going to skip this one. And here we have a different turret. Well, I wanted to use that one before, but I don't have enough amount of time, enough spare time to use that. So I'm introducing you the ion cannon made by Sektan, ladies and gentlemen. And I honestly quite like it because even the animation looks cool, but This turret has limited angles, limited rotation, so be warned. However, it is really powerful if you wanna slay your foes with the touch of that ion cannon. You will going to see what's going to happen to them. It's basically destroying the blocks no matter what they are, because as you can see I have destroyed heavy armor block and light armor block in a few shots. Well, it's really different than any kind of weapon in the game. Of course, you can find railguns, you can find battle cannons, you can find tons of weapons for this game. This is why I like about this game. You can have lots of modes, and this ion cannon could be useful as a weapon and also as a decoration. Well, this was the last part of our review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, please do not hesitate to click the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet and want to see more reviews, more videos like this, more modes like that, please do not hesitate to click the subscribe button. See you in the next videos, ladies and gentlemen, and take care.
Good morning. You retain 3 people. Bonus is good, they pay okay. It is not much though. If you retain more people and we do better.
I've got my $5.